ඒකයි බය නැතුව මම Nokia Android smartphone එක ඕන කෙනෙකුට ගන්න කියන්නේ.
සමග අලුත් වන Nokia.
The number of coronavirus infections in the country increased to 81 today, with the identification of 4 more COVID-19 cases. Among them is an assistant at a Catholic church in Ariale of Jaffna. A Swiss priest who had come to Sri Lanka recently had conducted a service at a church in Jaffna. He later tested positive for COVID-19. 48 out of the 81 cases of infections are individuals who travelled to Sri Lanka from overseas. 32 patients diagnosed with the deadly virus has been detected from within the quarantine centres. Among the confirmed cases, 17 are from Colombo and 10 are from the Gampaha district. Putlam district has confirmed 6 patients so far. 4 infected persons has been identified from Kalutara district and 3 from Ratnapura district. The districts of Kurunagala, Gaul, K. Gaul, Batiklo, Badulla and Jaffna reported a patient each. 3 foreigners are among the total number of infected. Accordingly, 96.2% of the country's confirmed COVID-19 cases are Sri Lankans. In more developments, 222 persons are currently under medical observation. Data from the epidemiology unit shows 69 of infected people are men and 31% are women. The data also highlights that 32.1% of the confirmed cases comprise of people aged between 41 and 50. Less than 1.3% of people aged between 70 to 90, who are also considered to be at high risk from the virus, are among the patients. 5.6% of those infected are between 11 and 20 years of age. In the meantime, the National Operations Centre for Prevention of COVID-19 says that 3,063 persons are being quarantined across 22 quarantine centres set up in the country. 31 foreigners are also among them. Meanwhile, instructions have been given to about 10,000 people identified by health, intelligence, military and police units, as well as the public health inspectors to self-quarantine. Police and public health inspectors also took steps to seal a resort in Hatton, which provided accommodation to 2 Hong Kong nationals. The owner of the establishment had not informed the police of the 2 Hong Kong nationals lodging there. He had also transported the duo in his own vehicle to the Katunayaka airport. As a result, public health inspectors have put the owner of the resort and his family on self-quarantine for 14 days, while also suspending his vehicle from use for 14 days. The Polonnaruwa Health Directorate's office has also self-quarantined around 50 persons who arrived in Sri Lanka from overseas. A woman who worked at a restaurant in Hambantota was admitted to the Hambantota hospital on suspicion of contracting the coronavirus after having shortness of breath and fever. Meanwhile, public health officers today issued a quarantine certificate to a renowned singer from the Ambalangoda area who completed the 14-day quarantine process after arriving in Sri Lanka from Qatar. A further 791 individuals in the Putlam district are also being self-quarantined at their homes. Meanwhile, 30 hospitals across the country have been set up to treat people who are suspected of carrying the coronavirus. In addition to the Infectious Diseases Hospital and Valikanda Base Hospital, Muleriava and Homagama hospitals are used to treat suspected patients, while the Neville Fernando Hospital in Malabar is treating expectant mothers who are suspected to be infected with COVID-19. The Director General of Health Services stated that the intensive care unit of the Kotalavala Medical Faculty will also be used for treatment. Meanwhile, another 829 pilgrims who were stranded in India after setting off to Dambadiva were flown back to the country last night as well as today. It means that the government has now brought back all Sri Lankan devotees who went on a pilgrimage to Dambadiva. They have been directed to the Iranamadu quarantine centre. The Sri Lankan Air Force disinfected the airline staff at the airport when they arrived in Sri Lanka. Government states that the decision to shut down the airport arrival terminal to prevent the spread of COVID-19 is still in effect. In a statement, the Presidential Secretariat said the departure terminal would remain open and flights carrying passengers departing from Sri Lanka are permitted. It also stated that the port operations will be carried out as usual without any hindrance to import and export process. The statement reads that these decisions will continue until the prevailing situation in the country turns back to normal. Meanwhile, Colombo, Polonnaruwa, Galle and Biyagama areas were disinfected today. Meanwhile, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has instructed the Telecommunications Regulatory Commission to provide internet facilities free of charge to students who are enrolled in government universities under the e-learning system. Internet access will be provided free of charge until the prevailing situation turns normal.
ලීව ආයුෂ් කරාබු නැටි දන්තාලේපය ශක්තිමත් දත්තිපලකට